and today I am going to discuss about the concept stresses in composite structure of equal length. So before going into this topic, we have to understand what do you mean by composite. So a composite material is a one in which two or more materials are joined together. So this is all about composite. So a composite material is a one in which two or more materials are joined, or we can say connected together. So I will give you some example of this composite material. For example, we are dealing with strength of materials. So suppose this is a column. This is a column or pillar, you can say. So some compressive load is being applied on this column. So the column is made up of basically this is cement, and this we can say are the steel bars. So this is just one example which I have shown for the composite structure or composite material. So in this we can see it is a column or the pillar. Our buildings are made up of this column pillars. Flyover bridges are all also standing on column pillars. So these are nothing but made up of cement, and inside that cement reinforced bars or steel bars are installed. So this is one example of composite structure. So our main aim in this topic is to find stress in this steel bar and stress in this cement material. So this is the topic, stresses in composite structure of equal length. I will come to the equal length part later, but first we have to understand stresses in composite structure. So this is all about stresses in composite structure. So two or more materials. So in this I have taken example of two materials. More materials can also be there. For example, aluminium, then brass, copper, bronze, etc., etc. can be mixture of different materials, but minimum requirement is two. Then only it will be called as composite. So now, if I take one example like suppose there is a copper tube, this is the copper tube, and inside this copper tube a steel bar is being placed. This is copper, and the ends of this material are braced together, or I can say fixed together. And some axial tensile load is being applied on this whole material, whole composite material. Why it is composite, I have already shown. So this is a copper tube with a steel bar in between. Suppose if I draw the So this part is shaded part is the copper tube, and inside, in between the copper tube, a steel bar is actually centrally located. So this is the example of a composite material having a tensile load between them. So now the basic concept of stresses in composite structure of equal length, we can see equal length now. This equal length topic comes from here, length. So now we can see the length of copper tube is equal to length of steel. So this is the topic related to this, means the materials, composite material will have equal length. Length is there, but length of copper tube and length of steel are equal in length. That's why the topic comes stresses in composite structure of equal length. And what we have to find here in composite structure, we have to find stress in steel rod and stress in copper tube. So this is our main aim of the topic, stresses in composite structure of equal length. So now let us move in the topic. Now we can see the total load, this P total load P is being shared by two materials, means this load, this axial tensile load is being shared by copper and steel. So I can write this as P1 plus P2. This is load on material 1, this is load on material 2. Load on material 1, load on material 2. So it can be plus P3 dot 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 plus Pn. N number of materials can be there. So it will be a composite structure, but minimum requirement is 2. So we have 2 material with us. So I can write this as, in our case, PC, load on copper, plus PS, load on steel. Since we don't have third material with us, so it will be all blank. So P will be equal to PC plus PS, load on copper tube, load on steel rod. So this total load is being shared by copper tube and steel rod, correct? Now we know that sigma stress is equal to load upon cross sectional area. So therefore P is equal to sigma into A. This is the basic relation of stress. So now I can write this as P is equal to PC, I can write as sigma into A, means sigma of copper into cross sectional area of copper tube, plus PS, I can write it as sigma of steel, means stress in steel, into area of steel tube. So in this way I can give this equation as number 1. I can name this equation as number 1. So this is all about stresses and composite structure of equal length. Equal length, lengths are equal. So stress in copper tube, area of copper tube, cross sectional area of copper tube, plus stress in steel tube, area of steel tube. P is the total load carried by the structure, composite structure. So this is the first equation. Our main aim is to find stress in steel and stress in copper. This we have to find. So now we will move ahead. Now we can see that lengths are equal. Lengths are equal. Equal length means L is equal to total, means length, this is the length, is equal to length of steel is equal to length of copper. This is our given condition, equal length. That's why length is steel tube is equal to length of copper tube, steel rod is equal to copper tube. Now we know that since lengths are equal, since lengths are equal, therefore strain will be equal. Correct? Since strain is a property related to length, strain is nothing but change in length by original length. It is the ratio which denotes the change in length parameter. So since lengths are equal, so the strain will be equal. We can see here, since it is fixed from both the sides, so suppose the copper is extended by 0.2 mm, so similarly steel will also be extended by 0.2 mm. That's why it is given, since lengths are equal, strain will also be equal. Now since strains will be equal, therefore it means strain of material 1 is equal to strain of material 2 is equal to strain of material 3 is equal to strain of material n. So since strains are equal means strain is denoted by E. So E1 represents material 1, material 2, material 3 dash dash is equal to material n. Since we have two materials here, copper and steel, so we'll move ahead with this. So E1 will be our E copper, strain of copper will be equal to strain in steel. Since we have only two materials, we cannot go ahead. We are not going ahead. Now strain of copper tube is equal to strain of steel tube. But Hooke's law, according to Hooke's law, Young's modulus is equal to sigma by small e. Means Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. So I can write, therefore I can write strain as sigma by E. So instead of EC, small EC is equal to ES, I can write in this term. So it will become something like this: sigma S, sigma C, since it is copper, upon EC is equal to sigma S upon ES. So this is our second relation. So since we can calculate the area, cross-sectional area can be calculated in terms of diameters. These are all the diameters which are given, steel and for copper also, internal external diameters. So area can be calculated easily, and remaining part is sigma C and sigma S, which we have to find, stresses we have to find in composite structure. So by combining these two equations 1 and 2, we can easily find the stress in a composite structure. So there are some few important points to note. Composite means two or more materials joined together. It is, since it is a topic of equal lengths, so lengths are equal. We can see here lengths are equal. Length of copper tube is equal to length of steel, and the load, the total load, is shared by the materials, by the composite materials. So this is all about how to calculate stresses in composite structure of equal length. Hope you liked the lecture. Thank you.